Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for next week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. This is for Season 6, Episode 4, The Key.
Get back in the house.
John, what's going on? An example will need to be made.
If you go down this path, there's no going back.
John! Okay guys, this is going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for next week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. This is for Season 6, Episode 4, which is called The Keys. So, which is kind of also interesting because The Walking Dead, the main series, also did have an episode called The Key, where we had Georgie and all that kind of stuff. And that was the same one where Rick battled Negan, if you guys don't remember that. So, that was one of the best episodes of Season 8 of Walking Dead. So that's really cool that they're using that name for this one. But, obviously, we know what the key is referring to. Obviously, we know, Virginia and the keys and all that kind of stuff that, we see in this one. So, pretty cool. But this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead. So, obviously, last episode, we had an awesome episode with Dwight and Althea. I just watch my review if you want to see that episode, review, in full. Sherry made her return. Dwight and Althea had an amazing, just amazing episode for the two of them. Amazing CRM stuff. Really exciting. The rat stuff was really, fun and, interesting, and just a great episode overall. So, but this episode here, so this week's episode, we're going to focus on John. So, we get to see him in Lawton. Obviously, that is where Strand is. Obviously, Alicia and Charlie are not there anymore, so they won't be in this episode. They will probably have their own episode probably later on this season. By what it seems like, episode 7 might be an Alicia-focused episode. So, or maybe episode 8, one of those two. So, man, I hope we see her sooner than that, though. That's going to be terrible if we have to wait that long. But anyway, this episode is going to be a John episode. We are going to focus on John's character. And I have to say, I'm very, very excited to see what he's up to. Because, obviously, he's been separated from June at the end of Season 5. This episode and this promo, we get to see him talking with Virginia and all that kind of stuff. And it seems like, obviously, this is going to be the episode where we get to see Strand versus John. And what exactly happens here? Now, you guys know where I stand. I think that Strand knows something about where June is. I think so. And I think that John is going to find that out. And when he does, I think John is just going to lose his darn mind, honestly, because John his number one mission is to get to June. And I feel like if it's going to take him beating up Strand to get the info out, he's going to do that. And I feel like that may be potentially what goes on in this episode, but we'll have to see. Now, there is a scene where you can see the characters. It looks like they're at some kind of it looks like somebody in the community has died. Now, we'll have to see what that is. We can see a cross there, too. I think it's going to be just one of Virginia's random members, but it could be somebody, definitely crucial to the story. But for right now, I don't think it's going to be anything major. But we do see in the promos that John is, digging a grave, probably for somebody, probably part of his job, having to do that, is my kind of guess. Now, we are going to see Rabbi Jacobs in this episode, so we'll get to see him in this one, as well as Strand and obviously Virginia as usual. But the main, lead of this episode will be John. And I think that we will see some pretty awesome John stuff in this episode as he kind of tries to join this community. But I think at the same time, as he's joining Lawton, John is one of those characters. I just don't think he's going to listen for too long. I think that once he starts talking with Strand, I think Strand knows something about June, and I think something's going to go down there, and there will be some kind of confrontation there, and I think John will win. I think John will win the fight, and I think that we will see, I think we may even end this episode on a cliffhanger or something, if I had to make a prediction. I think we may end this episode on a cliffhanger of maybe something from June that John finds out. Could we get the reveal that June is, maybe John finds out exactly where June is, and maybe by the end of the episode, he ventures out and he escapes from Lawton somehow. And we see him fully go look for June, and maybe by, the mid-season finale or some of these next few episodes here, he actually finds June, and whether or not they can actually live happily ever after like Dwight and Sherry did, for example, in episode 3, we'll have to see. Because you guys know where I stand. I just don't think that June's going to survive this season. I think something's going to happen to her. I don't think it'll be right away, but I think after a while, I think something will happen to June, absolutely. And I think that this episode could start the setup for that, absolutely. So, very excited to see John in this episode. Should be an awesome episode. Very, very much looking forward to it. I definitely want to hear, though, from you guys. What are you guys expecting from this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead? Another episode in the Lawton community with Strand, John, who is the main lead of this episode, and, kind of seeing a little bit of Rabbi Jacobs and stuff like that. Should be an awesome episode. Very, very much looking forward to it. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. If you guys are new here, click the subscribe button to send my videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Follow Dan for Walking Dead Reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, thank you guys so much for watching all the videos for tonight for Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead World Beyond. I will be back this week for many more videos for Fear the Walking Dead. Any Q&A questions, leave those down in the comment section below, and I will answer any of you guys' Q&A questions leading into episode 4, Fear the Walking Dead. And I don't know if I'm going to do a Q&A this week for World Beyond. I may just leave World Beyond, I'm going to be honest, but I don't know, we'll see. So just to let you guys know, I may not actually do a Q&A for World Beyond. I'm kind of just... no, I don't know, World Beyond didn't do it for me this week, and I don't feel like there's that much to talk about, so, but definitely for this week, though, stay tuned, we're gonna have a lot of Fear Q&As, cannot wait to do that, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.